mods are you? Sound off Sunday. We cover the tough cases, MMIP cold cases, missing kids. Tonight we unwind a little, let you take the wheel. Justice warriors, truth seekers, trial junkies. Can you stump Z? Let's find out. Sunday night the headline drop, current crime we never stop. Got a story Z hasn't seen. Please bring it to the live stream. Warriors ready, seekers too. Trial junkies, we need you. Drop that case into the chat. Let's see if Z knows about that. Stop Z. Sound off Sunday, you and me. Stop Z. Silence is betrayal. We're the key. Headlines hot. Justice calls. Warriors rise. Truth prevails. STUMP Z. Sound off Sunday. Let's go. Paula says this. Cap says the mini debates in the chat. Keep it moving. Keep it real. Justice warrior, show that zeal. Got a cold case on your mind. Bring it. Missing persons left behind. Questions about the system's flaws. We're the jury. You're the cause. We carry heavy stories every week. MMIP. Trafficking justice that we seek. Tonight we laugh, learn, and play. Still fighting for justice, just in a different way. Stop Z. Sound off Sunday, you and me. Stop Z. Silence is betrayal. We the key. Think you can stop me? Watch us try. Bring those headlines. Truth doesn't lie. What's the verdict? We decide. Justice chat. Justice tread. Stop Z. Sound of Sunday, you and me. Hey, stop Z. Silence is betrayal. We the key. Warriors waiting. Seekers sound off. Trial junkies judge. We never get lost. Stun Z. Sound of Sunday. Every killer depends on your silence. Don't give it to them. Let's go. Na 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 na. You know. That's what Sound Off Sunday's all about, fam. Let's ride. Doc, we got this. Irish Amy, Katrina, we see you. Even Mo knows what's up. Can't wait to see everyone. Let's do this. Let's go. Na 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 na. You know. Yeah. Let's go.
Live on the air, Trial Junkies United presents Justice After Dark with your host, Z.
Thank you, Doc. I appreciate that. And welcome to everyone that's here tonight. We have Semi Sharp, Therapist You Know, TYO Toys. Welcome. Glad you joined us. We got Cap here, and of course, Fala and our Irish Luna Princess. Give a warm welcome to the mods because they're awesome. I hope I haven't forgotten anybody. Hey Moo, Amy said hello to you.
Hey, Moo.
Everyone's got to say hey to the Moo.
Well, of
'cause
course.
she's so cute. But welcome back to Trial Junkies Presents Justice After Dark, everybody. And tonight I'm Z, your storyteller, and always with me is Doc, my ride or die. But tonight we're going to do something a little different. We got something new for you. It's going to be called Sound Off Sundays. And here's how this is going to work, okay? We're going to bring some cases we've been seeing in the headlines, maybe a breaking tile, a cold case, or something that caught our attention. And here's the thing, we want to hear from you. Well, hey, Katrina. So this is your chance to weigh in. The Justice Warriors, you tell us what action needs to happen. You truth seekers, what questions aren't being answered? Trial junkies, How do you see this playing out in the courtroom? And here's the fun part. As we're talking about these, I just got a couple of cases. I want you guys to try and bring some cases. Maybe try and stump me. See if it's a case I've heard of. Maybe I haven't. Maybe it's a case that it just needs attention because it's been buried. Make it a current one though, but something that deserves light. So before we start, I thought I would give you a laugh because, everything's always so serious. Hey, Pammy. And so we thought, we need to laugh a little because we know how important like the sketch artist is when they're doing a case. You need that criminal's picture out there. So the newscasters, they had a picture to share. And this was it. This was the drawing that helped catch this man. And of course,
That makes me laugh every time I see
it was so funny that the one newscaster almost fell on his bum.
it.
I don't know, we've lost only fam, but Pammy's here. So we're gonna get ready to sound off now, and you can drop some cases in the chat if you want, but let's go ahead. We're gonna kick it off with what's been going on this week. And actually, Doc has a case he wants to bring. So go ahead.
Yeah, I do. So, all right, guys, here's the most relatable crime story of the year, featuring the baddest masked criminal around. And we're talking about a raccoon who literally broke into a Virginia liquor store over Thanksgiving weekend by dropping through the ceiling like some furry Mission Impossible operative. Hey Z, can we rename him maybe Ethan on the Hunt?
Hey, I like that. Ethan on the hunt.
Yeah. But instead of stealing diamonds or cash, this bandit went straight for the good stuff and threw himself the party of a lifetime. This masked little menace knocked over 14 bottles valued at $250. And security footage shows the little guy stumbling down the aisles, surrounded by broken glass like he just closed down the bar at 2 a.m. Now, here's where it gets good. This raccoon had expensive taste. None of the cheap stuff for him. Okay. We're talking rum, scotch, moonshine, peanut butter whiskey, and you got to have eggnog. You know, And
It
this,
was the holiday
yeah,
season.
well, of course, you know, this trash panda was apparently trying every holiday cocktail combination known to man. Now, when the officer finally found him, he was passed out next to the bathroom toilet. How do you like that? And he said, and I quote, he said, his eyes were moving back and forth with all the telltale signs of someone who definitely would have failed a field sobriety test. What a nice gangster he turned out to be. They took him to an animal shelter to recover, and since he showed no signs of injury except, well, what we can only assume was an intense hangover, they released him
Yeah.
back into the wild the next day. So the story went so viral that Virginia ABC stores are now displaying the same bottles the raccoon broke, so people can, get this, guys, drink like a raccoon.
I like it.
Yeah. But and also there's a local company, as you can see there, is making T-shirts, trashed panda T-shirts, with proceeds going to the animal shelter. So just because sometimes even the baddest masked criminals just need to party. And
Well, and hey, at least, someone's putting it to good use. They're getting some funds for the animal shelter.
yeah,
So it
yeah.
it, it turned into a feel good story.
Well, of course. And we needed to have a laugh from the heavy stuff we usually cover because, hey, every once in a while you just need a laugh about stuff.
Exactly. Thank you, Doc, for bringing
But
that case to us.
that is the first time. Anybody in the chat, have you ever heard of peanut butter whiskey before? Because I haven't.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
heard of peanut butter whiskey before. So
It, it's
that was a new one
popular
on me. Yeah.
because I looked it up, but yeah. Oh, Pammy's tried it. Yes, it's good.
Huh.
Farquaad, nope.
Well,
Yeah, we hadn't either. That's a new one on me. Okay. PJ, freedom fighter, she's worked at a liquor store. Okay. Oh, hey.
Virginia's home of moonshine. It is.
Now the first time I had moonshine was down in Louisiana, and
Yeah,
it was
huh.
when my boss went up north to Kentucky and got some from a Baptist minister. You put your money in the stump, you drive away, and you come back a few hours later, and your moonshine's there in the mason jars. Yeah, that was a fun event,
And
but
what
that's
did he
another
say?
story.
What did he say that if it burns
Blue,
blue,
it's
it's
good.
good stuff.
So he let me set his bar on fire.
Yeah.
He told me to. He poured it out and he said, "Light a match." I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yep." And I did, and we had the bluest flame you ever saw. It was beautiful. Send me sure. Hey, I understand. I did most of my drinking when I lived in Louisiana, to be honest with you. I had 8 fun years. But let's go ahead. Um, yeah, if it comes in anything other than a mason jars. Exactly. And trust me, my boss, he had all the mason jars.
Yeah.
I've never had sake. I've never done that. Now, I've had ouzo, but I like black licorice, so ouzo's good.
They
But
say that sake is the best at 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Not cold,
yeah,
not chilled. I don't know if that's
yeah,
true or not. I've never had it, but
yeah. Neither one of us has done that.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jägermeister. Nope, 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 nope. I had a bad night
Yeah.
with Jaeger in Louisiana. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Doc remembers it. Yep. That was a bad one. But hey, Julie, we're getting started here. We're having a little fun. But let's go ahead and start with a case. And this case comes out of Central Point, Alabama. It broke this week. And I need y'all to sound off on this one because there are a lot of questions. And this is Curtis Taylor Jr. He was 25 years old, visually impaired, a graduate of Alabama Institute of the Deaf and Blind. And by all accounts, they said he was just a big old teddy bear. And he never hurt anybody. He was just a sweet guy. And in February 2024, Curtis vanishes from his family's home in Center Point. August 2024, 6 months later, a neighbor's dog brings home a human skull. And the authorities searched the area, but they don't find anything. And it's both dogs went out, but I think it was the black shepherdy dog and I can't remember the dog's name because it was really wild. But so December 2024, the same dog brings home another bone. And this time the DNA confirms it's the same person as the skull. And the autopsy reveals the cause of death is a gunshot wound. They have a homicide victim, but they don't know who it is. DNA doesn't match anyone in the database. But here's where it gets wild, you guys. Are you buckled up? The dog keeps bringing bones home month after month. See, we have August, December, and then the next December, and March, and then April. So, what the authorities do is they kind of get clever. They put a GPS tracker on one of the dogs to see where it's going. And on August 2025 of this year, the tracker led them to the skeletal remains in the woods. And guess where the woods are? Are you ready for this? They're right behind where Curtis Taylor's family lives. Of course, they moved out after he disappeared. The same house he disappeared from, the woods behind his house, his body was literally in his own backyard. Now, this is December 4th, 2025, when they finally tell us nearly 2 years after he's vanished that the DNA finally identifies the remains as Curtis Taylor. And, it was astonishing. And it really kind of breaks your heart because his former teacher here, Tabitha Royal, she said Curtis regularly stayed in touch with the school community. And when he suddenly stopped reaching out in early 2024, she knew something was wrong. She said within weeks to at least a month, when he had not contacted anybody from our school, that's when I knew something bad had happened. And she was right. Tabitha told the reporters to know that literally this young man, that she says, I watched him, kind of grow up. And she said, everybody you talked to loved him, but that a dog was bringing his remains and had been chewing on him. She said, it broke my soul. But it even gets more tragic. The dog that kept bringing Curtis's remains home, the one who refused to let him be forgotten, because his owner said it was like that dog was trying to tell them what was going on. That dog was later hit by a car, but it was hit by a car while it was sitting beside a stop sign. And the owner says she no longer feels safe in this neighborhood because she thinks it was suspicious. She thinks it was deliberate. So this is where I need you to sound off, truth seekers. My first question: Curtis was reported missing on February 2024. His body was found in the woods behind his family's home. Why did it take 2 years to identify him when he was reported as a missing person? Don't you think that you would have pulled missing persons reports in the area? And he lived right across the house from where the dogs lived. It was the same neighborhood.
Is how big a yard are we talking about? Is it a normal home, or
I think there was maybe just a little more of a backyard, but not, I mean, it wasn't like he had a forest back there.
because
But I mean,
some people have 5 acres, but
no, it was in town.
okay,
It
all
was
right,
in town.
okay.
But I mean, the question to me is, why didn't the police know, "Hey, we have a missing person here. We're finding bones." Oh, I'm not a brain scientist, but 1 plus 1 might equal 2?
Oh, it couldn't have been a situation where he was um where he was very, very deep, I guess, or maybe not at all. I
No.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't, it said the skull was discovered in August of 2024, because the first time was earlier in the year when they brought along a leg bone. So the second one was in August 2024 when they brought the skull. And that's when they performed some DNA. And in December of that year, they did find out that it was the same person. But why did the police not see they had a missing person across the street right away? I mean, that still stumps me. What do you guys think? Come on.
It's 2 years.
2 years
Oh
it
my
took them to
goodness
identify
sakes!
him. He was visually impaired and vulnerable. Someone in the neighborhood must have seen or heard something. It was a homicide. He had a bullet hole in his head. So who was the last person to see him alive?
Uh,
Paulina Majah was the woman whose dogs found the remains. And she said, even though it was sad, she was happy that at least her dog was able to really bring bring Curtis home. And where her dog was hit by the car, she said there are speed bumps, so people slow down. She really does not want to live there no more.
yeah, I mean, that's a
Most
good point. Going by the cases we covered, it's a lack of well, not being bothered about
Yeah,
investigating. It just
yeah. But,
but
it's odd.
obviously she, there was a missing persons report, wasn't there?
Yeah, we had the missing person. I put the poster up,
Yeah,
but
and
why was the family not making noise?
I,
Yeah, Pammy. He was a young black man. Did they not care? Katrina, random fact, over 40% of all child abductions in the US take place in the months of June, July, and August.
hmm,
That's interesting. Basically, they should have slapped a tracker on the dog the first time.
well,
Yeah.
you would have thought so, but
Well, someone had made the mention that he might have deleted himself, and I'm thinking, okay, he's blind and he's deaf. Where did he get the weapon? Why wouldn't you have heard it? There's just I no, I think it's
yeah, but
homicide,
they
and I
didn't
think
find they also didn't find the gun.
the weapon, yeah, there
Yeah,
was no
so
weapon.
it
To
is a
delete yourself, you
homicide. It's not
yeah, to delete yourself, you have to have the weapon with
well,
you, you know.
obviously, so okay.
Yeah, someone dropped the ball, Simi. I totally
Mm,
agree.
big time.
Um, so it's gonna be interesting. What do you guys think? I mean, I think they need to talk to that family because somebody knows something. That is a 2-year gap, and think of the evidence, the dog's moving it around, there's contamination. I hope they're able to get justice for
How
Curtis.
it just makes me wonder about, the family as well. I
Yeah,
how do you not know that's in your backyard unless you're not taking care of your yard, period. You know,
yeah.
how how do you know that there wasn't disturbed ground in your backyard,
Well,
you
and
know?
my question too is once you see that you hear about the neighbor getting these items, wouldn't you think, "Oh, maybe I should check on this. Could this be my child?" I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just being too realistic here. That makes sense to me, but,
Hmm.
you know, no, that could be Pammy. You're right. It could have been they were just tired of handling someone that was blind and deaf, and I'm sure that's work. Yeah,
Did
a
they
foot
not do a
search.
foot search?
Yeah.
Well,
I
it sounds like that maybe they didn't.
yeah, it sounds like they did nothing but just took a report.
Yeah.
So, if anybody has information, contact the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office at 205-325-1450. You know, but yeah, that was one that I was just like really stumped. I was just like, how could you people not even realize it? Here's another because so far nobody's put anything in the comments on a case.
Uh-oh.
So,
What'd you hit?
here's here's one, and this one kind of hits different because I remember watching this trial. Ooh, what happened to my pictures, Doc?
You hit a wrong button.
Oh, can you fix it for me?
Yep, just did.
What would I do without you, baby?
Yeah, oh well.
Okay, here we go. I I'm not even gonna contemplate that.
Nope.
I think some of you will remember that we watched this trial together, Jimmy J. Lee, and, he had a trial, and of course they weren't able to come to a decision, and so he got off, or well, he didn't get off, but it was a mistrial or something. It was really aggravating. I remember that. And so um they finally discovered Jimmy J, because at the time that they had the first trial, there was no body. He disappeared on July 8th of 2022 from an apartment near the campus in Oxford, Mississippi, and they had footage of him leaving his apartment. Timothy Harrington Jr., he was charged with deleting Jimmy J in the first trial, and it was a hung jury. That was the term I was looking for. So Harrington walked out of the courtroom, and witnesses said he did so with arrogance. And I remember he was an arrogant little brat. Well, this week they were supposed to have the trial, right? But instead, he decides to plead guilty. He pled guilty to second degree deletion and tampering with evidence. Today, he was sentenced to, or the other day, he was sentenced to 40 years in prison, 30 for the deletion, 10 for tampering with evidence.
So that
But
was
here's what,
that was just a few days ago.
yeah,
Okay.
but here's what's eating at me, and I need y'all to sound off on this. Why now? What changed between the hung jury and Monday morning? Huh? I
Hmm.
wonder what evidence they had. I mean, they actually, when they did the trial, I would have voted guilty. Yeah, Falla, you're right, because he never thought they would find Jimmy J. And Jimmy J's father, that poor man, him and his wife stood up beside him as he was on the stand giving his victim statement. And he said, "Let me tell you what happened in that courtroom, because when Jimmy Lee Sr. stood up and spoke to Harrington, he said, I'm going to read you some of what he said because it's essential. Jay trusted you, but his biggest mistake was trusting in your humanity." Let that sink in. Jay knew this man, Jay trusted him. I had to witness my son's skeletal remains. I touched his skull. No father should have to go through that. And Jimmy J. Lee disappeared in July of 2022. His body wasn't found until February of this year. So 8 months later, in the woods in Carroll County, about 20 miles outside of Grenada, Mississippi. And his father did identify him. And Jay's father said something that showed the power of forgiveness. He said, I understand that even in your arrogance, as you walked out of the courtroom the last time, I had to forgive you. Oh, let's see. Pammy's got a case.
Yeah, I
Athena
was going to
Strand.
mention that
Okay,
after you
you
got
hold on
done.
to that while I
Yep.
quick finish this, and we'll go to that one.
Yep.
He said, I had to forgive you. Now, the judge, do you guys remember the judge? I'm sorry. I loved Judge J. Kelly Luther. He was a trip. But he said something that stood out. He says, Mississippi got it right. This case was investigated more thoroughly than any case I have ever dealt with in my 35 years in the criminal justice system. 35 years. This was the most thorough.
Hmm.
So, trial junkies, here's where I need you to weigh in. Did Harrington walk out of the first trial with a hung jury? His defense was good enough to create the reasonable doubt for at least one juror. So why plead guilty right as the retrial is starting? Do you think it was just the body that was enough to make him decide that he had to do it? And question 2, the reporter mentioned there was new evidence that would have been presented at his retrial. What do you think that evidence was? And more importantly, was it strong enough to force Timothy Harrington's hand? You know?
I wonder
And second,
what kind of deal did they give him on a plea deal when
well,
he
he got 40 years.
okay,
Whoa. Ah, dropped water myself.
and
Mm.
he would have got If he'd been
Well,
found guilty, he
yeah.
obviously would have got a lot more than that, right? I mean,
Well, I don't know with second degree. Um, well, because yeah, they let him plead to second degree versus first degree.
right. So he
Um,
probably would have at least got
he
life
could
in
have got
prison.
yeah, he could have got life.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pammy, I remember watching this trial with you. It was crazy. Um, so he gets 40 years. 30 of it is for the deletion. Um, and then the 10 was because he tampered with evidence. So, do you guys think 40
Hmm.
years is enough? I mean, everything that he put that family through and how smug he was. Hey, Chris. Yeah, a bunch of us watched this one together. Um, he's going to be 65 when he gets out, but Jimmy Lee never got to see 21. He never got to graduate. He never got to live his life. And Jay's father said, "My wife and I have been living that July 8th, 2022 day since that day. 3 years of living the worst day of our lives over and over." And the judge said the case got national attention. The investigation was the most thorough in 35 years. So, Oxford police, the DA's office, they said the toll this case took on them was immense. But the Lee family, they don't get to walk away from it.
Yeah,
They
but
don't get closure.
Simi Sharp, he brought out that if they found a body and got more evidence for a second trial, then that's probably why. But if they found a body, well, how do you keep that quiet? I mean, you would think somebody would leak it to the press that they found a
Oh,
body.
it
Yeah.
was leaked to the press. It
Okay.
was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they
We
actually
knew that.
found the body.
Yeah. We knew when they had found him.
Okay.
They let it be known. And then that's when they took him back to trial.
Well,
They were
yeah.
going to, and
Okay.
he was supposed to start Monday, but he went in there and pled guilty,
Well, yeah.
you know. But let's see, what was the case that Pammy had? Have you
Um.
all heard of Athena's
Yeah.
Strand case, the FedEx driver? It's coming. Oh, yes. Paris, Texas. I do remember that one where
Paradise.
that
Yeah.
little girl, um, yeah, he said he hit her with the UPS truck. Or was it UPS?
No,
Um,
FedEx.
FedEx, and that's why he took her. It's going to be interesting to see what the evidence actually tells us because I think they thought that he had kidnapped her. Um,
Yeah.
my FedEx guy seems pretty chill, but I don't know him that
Yeah.
well.
How that doesn't even ring very true for me because yeah, how how do you hit somebody, with if you are upstanding,
Yeah.
aren't you going to find, aren't you going to report that and call 911 immediately,
Well, you
um
would think you would
not just pick them up and put them in your in your truck
and
and
take
not
off
tell
with her.
anybody.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense to
Well,
me.
and it also happened around the same time we had some other little girls that had been taken and deleted after they had been assaulted. So,
Yeah,
oh, it
I'm
was FedEx, and he was a third party contractor. Okay, yeah.
yep.
Okay. Thanks, Katrina. Hey, Christine.
Another
Thank you for joining us.
another case
How you
of
doing?
nobody doing a background check very well, or if they did one
Yeah.
at all, maybe they didn't do one at all. So
Yeah. Well, it's going to be an interesting case to see how this one pans out. That family, because she was such a pretty little thing. I renew my motion to be uh Fala, we've denied that. I'm
yes,
sorry. Your
no,
request is denied.
no, you can't do that.
Call your company. Well, yeah, you think he
After
would
all, if
call.
you were abducted by aliens, well, we'd miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think it was a busy time of year. I think it was around Christmas. All he would have had to have said is she ran in back of me before I could hit the brake. There if it was truly an accident. We'll have to see what happens, you guys. I think that's gonna be a very interesting case.
Mm.
Anybody else got a case for me they think I might not have heard of? I've already done that. You've been
I was
bleeped by
going.
the flashy thing. Sorry, fella. The men in black have apparently already got you. uh, okay, up in the chat, Katrina says she had mentioned one. Bum, bum, bum. Uh, okay. Going. How far up, man?
But the
Okay,
question,
mention it again because I'm
yeah,
not finding
yeah.
it. Pammy, I want them to take. No, nobody's taking you. Settle down. Hey, Tracy Lee. Ashy Degree. Yeah, that's a good one. I remember Stephanie Harlow doing a whole nice long podcast on that one. That poor little girl, I'm still trying to figure out why she supposedly was walking to school in the cold, and I think it was either raining or snowing. Something about that story has never made sense. Um, let's see. Christine
And
Harris.
you're right, Pammy. Any good person would have called 911. The
Yeah.
bottom line.
Let's see. Christine Harris has, I may have one for you. The victim in the case is Jessica Hatch. And Katrina Timothy Hazlitt Jr. Now, is Jessica Hatch, I'm having to ponder on that one. Katrina Timothy Hazlitt, was he the one that deleted his his father? Yeah, exactly, Racy. She got up in the middle of the night and took off walking to school that was miles away. Something was odd about that. I remember that case. And recently they did search the property where they thought she could have been, but they did not find anything. Let's see. Isn't Timothy Hazlitt, isn't he the one that deleted his parent? No. Okay. Let's see here. What she got me. So okay, Katrina got me already. And then I'm gonna have to go move on to Jessica Hatch because that's another one. Okay, let's see. Timothy Hazlitt, Missouri man accused of kidnapping and SA and murder or deletion. He's still awaiting trial for October 26, 2026. Let's see. Oh, I do remember that case now where he had that woman in the basement and she escaped. Yes, that was insane. I remember when that one happened. Oh my good, yes. And she came out and she still had the chain on her foot. I don't know how she got out, but he
Hmm.
had left and she was able to get out. Can you imagine someone come running at you trying to tell you that, you've been locked up? That's gonna be a fascinating case, Katrina. That's gonna be one I'm gonna pay attention to. Um, they found another victim in a barrel in a river. Let's see.
Racy said the Blockbuster murders in Alabama.
Blockbuster murders in Alabama. Let me see. Was that the one where the kids were working and they came in and deleted them? And they weren't they like teens or something? Oh, Katrina, he took his young son to school and left her. And Jessica Hatch, is she a missing or a deleted? Let me see. Jessica Lee Sterling Hatch. Oh, 3 decades later. Oh, that's an old one. Okay. Well, I've been stumped a couple of times. Deleted. Okay, here we oh, she's a
No,
little
no,
one.
say it isn't so.
Oh, well, hey, that's the fun. That's the fun when they get me. I like learning new stuff. Um, she was walking between her residence and her grandmother's in Richmond, Virginia during the winter of 1984. 3 months passed before her remains were discovered in a remote wooded area in Hanover County, Virginia. And they've never made any arrests. Ugh. February 5th, 1984 was the last time she was seen. She left the family's home located at 3208 Hanover Avenue just before 6 p.m. to walk 10 blocks to her grandmother's house. Um, I never got there. She called her grandmother's house before leaving. Her uncle answered, and Jessica told him she'd be there in a few minutes. However, Jessica never arrived, and they failed to return home. The police suspect she was abducted by someone along her path. There's never been a trace. Oh man, that's a terrible. I wonder what DNA they've been able to pull. Because there was a case just recently where I was going to cover it tonight, but I didn't. It was 1984. It was a deletion in Colorado. And what they did, because they had pulled all sorts of DNA, you guys, on this woman's body and what was left around her. And they never found anything. And so what they decided to try was to do the DNA on the bags that they put over her hands to protect them. And they were able to get the guy's DNA because it was a mixture of this man and her. And it turned out he was a known serial killer that had already passed away in jail. But yeah, so that was interesting. Who would have ever thought to have tried the bags, you know?
Mhm,
Um, yeah, YouTube doesn't like that M word. That's why I always say deletion. I
mhm.
don't know. They get so picky. Uh, Richmond is about a half hour from Hanover County where oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting one, Katrina. That Texas A&M student. I'm not sure about that. Okay, Chris, what do you got? The Burger Chef murder or deletions. Um, we try not to put the M word in there because YouTube gets all hot and bothered. Oh, wow, Simi. Yee, I remember the Bayou Strangler. Ugh. Oh, you didn't have to delete the whole thing, Chris. Let's see. Oh, Racy, are you talking about the Texas A&M student? Yeah. Don't get me started about my DHL driver. Oh gosh, that is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? The Burger Chef murders. Oh, I think you got me there. Burger Chef murders or deletions. I can't see. I'm having a hard time remembering.
Okay,
Uh,
how
there-
old is that?
1978. See that I said
See,
current. You guys are giving me ancient cases.
yeah.
The Chef deletions took place at a Burger Chef restaurant in Indiana, which I've never even heard of a Burger Chef. Didn't know it was
Hmm.
a restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Um, in November 17th of 1978, 4 young employees went missing in what they initially thought to be a petty theft of cash of the restaurant. Oh my, that looks like an interesting case. Thank you, Fowler. Keep me online here. She's gonna take my gold star away.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get in trouble. Let's see. Suspected robbery. Oh wow. Did they ever find the kids? Okay, they did. By Saturday morning, it became clear it was robbery and kidnapping. I wonder why they took the kids. I'm gonna have to look into that case. That's an interesting one, Chris. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Terrell Jackson, Miss Memphis. That sounds very familiar. Oh, it's okay, Cap. Sometimes I oh, it's 70s. See, I said current cases, people. You gotta give me current cases because in the 70s I wouldn't have known. Um, oh yes, yes, that is a terrible one about Rebecca Parks. That one just absolutely blew my mind, what they did to her. And I wanna delve into that one even more because those people were just
What?
plumb crazy. You know,
Cut her
Christine,
baby
that is the
out?
huge problem is when they keep
My
letting
gosh.
the scenes go so quick. What is wrong with them? Is it a current case, Chris? I need current. When you guys dig so deep into the ancient time machine, I don't know. Um, but here's one. Yeah, I agree, Simi. That one is very twisted. Let me see. Okay, let me get back to this. Here's one. I want to know if you guys have heard of this one. Um, where did they go? Okay. This one actually is going to make your blood boil. And I'm interested to see what some of you guys are what side you'll take. This actually happened in Crawford County, Arkansas. Okay? And this was November 17th of 2024. A 22-year-old woman with intellectual disabilities is at home. Now they said she had the mental capacity of an 11-year-old. She has an auditory processing disorder. She's a tactile learner, and she had been adopted when she was 6 weeks old, and now she's 22, so this family's had her that long. And, and they had supposedly loved and cared for her this whole time, but she had, 2 men in ski masks show up at her house. And they tell her that Luke Bryant, the country music star, sent them to pick her up and that she needed to come with them right now. Now, this young woman is believing that Luke Bryant sent these men, and she willingly goes with them because she loves Luke Bryant. Poor man. She takes her guitar and her teddy bear because she thinks she's going to meet her idol. You got that? But it gets worse. These men drive her to a field, they zip tie her hands, and they tie her to a tree. Now, this young woman somehow breaks free and she runs, but they tackle her. They threaten to hurt her again and they tie her to the tree again. She's able to get away the second time and runs to a nearby house where she actually calls 911. Now, the deputy who interviews her said she was in fear for her life. She clung to her teddy bear the entirety of my speaking with her during the interview. Now, this is where it's going to get wild, you guys, because they arrest 4 people for the kidnapping. Okay. Shannon Childers was the in home CNA who helped care for this young woman. So, this is her CNA. David Quash was a random dude that was hired to help, and Nico Austria, another random hire for the job that the CNA hired. But the fourth person, the blonde, that's Tammy Hamby, her mother. Her mother, you guys. The mother staged this entire kidnapping. And here's what happened according to the arrest warrant. The daughter had been talking to someone online who was pretending to be Luke Bryan. It was a scammer. Someone said likely out of Nigeria. And the parents contacted 3 law enforcement agencies for help. They claimed nothing was being done. So Tamara Hamby decided to teach her daughter a lesson about stranger danger by staging a traumatic kidnapping. The plan was the men would pretend they were associated with Luke Bryant, pick her up, take her to a field, demand money, tie her to a tree, and then Hamby would show up and rescue her. But what actually happened was the Austria got lost and went to the wrong field. They zip tied her tight enough to bruise her wrists. One of them hid in the trunk wearing a ski mask when they pulled her from the car, and she said she had no money. They had tied her to the tree. Now, she even said when they tied her up the second time, one of them said something about getting a weapon. But before we sound off on this one, because it gets complicated, if it isn't already, the father, Jeffrey Hamby, who wasn't charged because he didn't know about the plan, but I think that's a lie, which I'll explain when he makes a comment, is defending his wife. He says they exhausted every avenue. They contacted law enforcement agencies. They tried everything. Their daughter didn't understand the concept of danger or evil. She'd been sheltered her whole life. How do you teach someone with no understanding of evil that danger exists? He claims they practiced the kidnapping beforehand. Now, does that sound like he wasn't part of it?
Yeah, no.
I mean, hello. The zip ties were supposed to be loose enough for her to slip out. So then why did they retie her up? But when she struggled, they said they tightened. He's saying his wife was trying to save their daughter from a real online predator. That 22-year-old called 911 is the reality. She told the police she feared for her life. She's now in DHS custody. Her mother's facing felony kidnapping, endangering charges with a $125,000 bond. Now, the court date is December 10th. And the thing is, the father made the comment that, you know, it was a situation where, my wife had to do this. And I'm like, really? Had to? But there's more. Because here's the hypocrisy. Tamara Hambley actually served on the Crawford County Library Board in 2022. She actually led a campaign to remove LGBTQ themed books from the library system. She wrote letters calling these books picture books showing families with 2 dads or 2 moms child abuse. She said exposing children to these books was subverting parental rights and religious liberties. She successfully pressured the library to create a separate section for these books. The county ended up paying over $575,000 in legal fees after losing the federal lawsuit. So let me say that again. She called children's picture books showing gay families child abuse. And then she stages a kidnapping that traumatizes her own daughter so severely that the daughter was clinging to a teddy bear while police were being told what happened to her because she was so terrified.
Hmm.
The father even said that the stories about her being tied up were lies. Yeah. So, what do you guys think of that one? Where is the line between protection and abuse? You know? I mean, truthfully, I understand, we talk about child endangerment online, and I know you have to protect your child.
Yeah, but
Have
that's
they heard
that's
of
good. That's going a little over the top. I mean,
could they have, like, turned the internet off? I mean, just a thought. That's
hmm,
all they would have had to do is turn the internet off, change the password. Because if she has the mentality of an 11-year-old, she might not have known how to then get into it. Put the computer or whatever in a room where you can watch her, and if she's doing something, you go in and say, "No, you can't do that." But doing that and then not traumatizing her because she's vulnerable, she may be 22, but she really is a child. And the father is saying that they practiced the kidnapping to keep it safe. They claimed the bruising was accident. I do not believe that man.
no, no, I don't either. Sorry.
I mean, he's awful. I mean, what's the defense gonna be? "I was trying to protect my daughter," versus, "You kidnapped and terrorized your own child." How's the court how's anybody in a jury gonna go, "Oh, yeah, yeah, huh." And she spent years claiming that children's picture books that showed 2 gay dads or 2 gay moms was child abuse, but she literally kidnapped her child? I mean, come on, people. That is just insane. Vala, quit talking to the aliens. You're not going anywhere. And, and we've talked about, we know parents worry about their kids, people trying to talk to your kids through the computers and different things, but please, you terrorize that girl. I mean, what's going to happen to her? She's 22, but has the mentality of 11-year-old. Who's going to take care of her now? Oh, that breaks my heart. Okay, what have I missed in the chat? Doc, was there anything I should pay attention to?
Um, not.
Fowler, you're not going anywhere. Anybody got anything current? Tracy Lee's got it. She's not saying nothing.
Well, there was. What somebody said something about a case
Yeah,
from 1990 or something like that.
yeah. Did everybody yeah, the graphics there, that's all our little Irish Luna princess. She made that for me.
Hmm?
Isn't that pretty? I love it. Oh, Lord. They're all going to the aliens.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. No going to the aliens. Okay, let's talk some missing people. Remember, guys, if you're out and about, put those phones down, look around. You might be able to help someone. We don't know. People can leave voluntarily, and then it turns where they can't come back. Um, and we know there is trafficking done, and people are taken and they don't have a choice. So if you notice something suspicious, contact the authorities. Don't wait for someone else to do it. We're here if you need us to report it. We have tips the number 4, Trial Junkies United at gmail.com. So you can, and we'll call, but it's not that big of a deal. This is Caroline Gray, you guys. She's 31 years old. She's been missing since November 24th, 2025, from Fairbanks, Alaska. She has brown eyes and brown hair, and that's all the description they have on her right now. Her case number is 25 3942. She was taken into Fairbanks by a med helicopter, and somehow she's disappeared, and the police are trying to locate her now. So contact, if anybody has seen her, she needs to be found. Her family is very concerned. Contact the Fairbanks Police Department and give them a call. Officer Pugh, Pugh, I think,
You.
is the one. Pugh,
Mm-hmm. Um.
nine
Say,
zero 6500. What?
well, with her, did they? She was medevac to the hospital, and
Yes.
there's no real information beyond what
No. Well,
she released from the hospital, or did
I
she?
don't would they're not telling us. They're just
Oh,
saying
okay,
that
gotcha.
she's now gone. So it's like, the hospital's not gonna come out and say, "Hey, we lost her."
Well, because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, and you're probably right. But that's all the information we have, but I
Okay.
wanted to get her on here because it's important she gets found.
Yep.
So let's hope that somebody notices her and can call in and get her some help. Justice Maine, she's 15. She's been missing since December 1st from Fort Belknap, Montana. She has brown hair, brown eyes, black hair. She's 5'4". She weighs 160 pounds, and she was reported missing from the reservation there. And contact the Fort Belknap police at 406-353-2933. Blaine County Sheriff's Department at 406-357-3260, or the Clearinghouse at 406-444-2800. So if anybody has seen her, please, 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 let's get her found. She's so young. And the next one we have is Lillian Greywater. She's another young one, 17, missing since October 6th of 2025, up in Bismarck, North Dakota. She has brown eyes, brown hair. She's 5'5". She weighs 130 pounds. And if anyone's seen Lillian, contact Bismarck Police Department at 701-223-1212. And our last person is Zayn Patrick Lafetain. He's 17. He's been missing since November 20th. He's from the Sentinel Butte, North Dakota. And he has brown eyes, black hair. He's 5'10" and weighs 160 pounds. And they're very concerned about him. So we have quite a few young ones in here tonight, and all, North Dakota, Montana. So contact the Golden Valley Sheriff at 701-872-4733. Also, he has a NIC number of M as in Michael, 758-666939. So, yeah, Ben, it is so hard to see these young people. There's a lot of mysterious stuff going up in North Dakota. There's a lot of trafficking of our native and indigenous family up there. I think Thursday we're going to be talking to some advocates from that area about a cold case. It's about a 2-year-old cold case, Jiminy Posey. And these women are fearless. And we're going to see what we can do to get the word out, because they need help. There is a lot of trafficking in that area. So let's see what we can do. I hope you guys kind of had fun tonight. We were kind of trying to do something a little different. if you guys have ideas, I know therapists, you always come up with good ideas um, over some different things. If you enjoyed this, shout out Sunday, let us know, you know, drop us a line in the comments, or you can email us at trialjunkiesunited@gmail.com, because we just want to do something different every once in a while, because a lot of the stuff we handle is very deep and heavy. And this week on Thursday and Sunday, we have some heavy topics. So I just wanted to do something that was a little funner so that we can enjoy ourselves. Um, and oh, what did I just do?
I don't know. What did you just do?
Oh, I did all sorts of stuff. I was deleting screens.
Oh no.
There they are.
Not
That's
good.
okay.
Not
I
good at
got them.
all.
I got them back. Yay. If there isn't some catastrophe or another, it's not me.
Did
That's what
you
I always
unplug
figure.
the radar again?
Well, I think it was all those aliens.
No.
I think Vala keeps calling them and they keep going to the wrong
Well, I don't
place.
have to worry about that because I have my aluminum foil hat on. So
See, that's it, Vala. You have
yeah,
your aluminum hat on. That's the problem.
yeah.
So, truth seekers, justice warriors, and trial junkies, thank you for showing up tonight. The chat was on fire. I think we had some fun. We got
Hmm.
some cases we'd never heard of. Um, let's see, Christine got me on a good one. I think, let's see, who else? She got me on Jessica. There were a couple of you that got me on some older cases that I just had not heard of. I think Racy had me on one. So, and I appreciate it. Gives me some cases to look into. So, remember Thursday, like I said, we're going to be covering our MMIP, and hopefully we're going to have some guests if everything works out the way it's supposed to. Next Sunday, we're going to go deep, and we're going to have another guest. One of our very own mods is going to come on, and I might be even grabbing somebody else to be on with us. So we'll see if that works out. But let's remember that Sound Off Sundays, sometimes we need a little fun. And we wanted to have that tonight to make sure everyone kind of relaxed a little. But remember, every killer depends on your silence, you guys. Don't give it to them. Do not give it to them. And if you know something, speak up, because that wasn't a mannequin. It never is, and somebody knows something. Somebody always does. And we know that silence is betrayal. And so that's kind of our motto. Silence is betrayal, and we're not going to be silent. So, if you appreciate what we do, you could buy us a cup of coffee. Um, I'm going to try and get better at shouting out when people do like the following show. I will shout it out. Um, this is all a learning process for Doc and I. We're just trying to keep up and also keep doing research and keep putting, cases that people are interested in. If you guys have ideas, please let me know. Um, I love to learn and I love digging in. And so this is really cool when I have a community that's just as interested as I am. And let's try and get our community bigger. Let's try and be advocates. Let's get the word out. Let's see what we can do. If it's sending emails, because Thursday I'm going to be calling on you guys to be sending out some emails. So let's do that.
Remember, be nice about it though.
Yeah, we always are nice because, and don't spend money on a coffee or the Venmo if you're having financial problems, please. You can help us by hitting the like button, by making sure you're subscribed, by sharing. Share the video to your social media. Those things do help the mojo that has to go on behind the scenes.
Yep.
I don't understand all of it,
The
but Doc does.
algorithm loves that kind of stuff. So
So go ahead and stay informed. I want you guys to stay compassionate, keep seeking the truth, and keep demanding justice. Never stop speaking up about things that we see. Say goodnight, Doc.
Good night, Doc.
Oh, I love you all. And remember, criminals never stop, and so neither are we. Um, until next time, you keep fighting for the justice, and we'll see you on Thursday. And hopefully, we're going to have those guests. So we love you. I wrote another song. We had the beginning song, but we have an ending song also. Please pay attention, and we love y'all. Laters. Ciao.
Sunday night, the lights come on. Time to speak what's been too long. Justice warriors step up front. Truth seekers get what we want. No more silence, no more shame. Every voice will stake its claim. 'Cause every killer depends on your silence. But we're done giving in to the violence. This is where the people rise. No more swallowing the lies. Stand off Sundays. Let your voice be heard. Justice warriors weigh in with every word. Truth seekers stand up. Make the system shake. Trial junkies judge. There's too much at stake. We won't back down. We won't walk away. Stand off Sundays. It's your time to speak up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. From cold cases to forgotten ones. Missing children, each precious thought. Human trafficking, those with no names. We're bringing light to expose the shame. Sundays here, the floor is yours. Break the silence, settle scores. 'Cause silence is betrayal. We know that's true, and tonight we're giving the mic to you. Sound off Sundays. Let your voice be heard. Justice warriors weigh in with every word. Truth seekers stand up. Make the system shake. Trial junkies judge. There's too much at stake. We won't back down. We won't walk away. Sound off Sundays. It's your time to say. One voice whispers, 1,000 voices roar. Justice warriors, this is what we're fighting for. Truth seekers rising, trial junkies unite. Together we're stronger, together we fight. Sound off! Let the stories unfold. Sound off! Let the truth be told. Sound off Sundays. Let your voice be heard. Justice warriors weigh in, spread the word. Truth seekers sound off. Make the walls cave in. Trial junkies judge. Let justice begin. We are the movement. We are the wave. Sound off Sundays. For those we couldn't say. Let's ride, Doc. We got this. Emo knows what's up. Same mission, different vibe. Just remember, that wasn't a mannequin. It never is. These are real people, real families, real pain. See you next time. Keep seeking truth. Silence is betrayal.